You athletes have a mystique which makes them more than just athletes. It really makes them personalities, and such is the case of my good friend Joe Namath. Would you welcome, please, quarterback, actor, and White House enemy, Joe Namath. Joe? How you been?
Super.
We might as well get this out of the way once and for all now. When that list came out about 3 weeks ago, listing all of the people, enemies of the White House, I guess they called it, all of a sudden up popped all kinds of strange names. And there, lo and behold, was your name.
For the first time, they showed some good taste, John.
Were you stunned? Or did people call you and say, what's going on? What is this all about?
Well, I wasn't stunned. Over the years, I've learned to accept as fantasy what's written in the papers and things, you know. And when the White House, or the list, came out and said that Joe Namath, actor, a businessman, quarterback, New York Giants.
New York Giants? They've got the team wrong.
I got to say, well, you know, maybe they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Even though they run the country.
Yeah.
Football's not a big part in the country.
Yeah, they had the wrong team and
had the wrong everything. I have no idea why I'm on the list. I mean, I'm a humble guy. I don't bother anybody. For real. I don't bother anybody.
Yeah.
Here I am on the White House enemy list. The guy from Pennsylvania.
I thought maybe you were taking chicks away from Henry Kissinger or something. That's the only reason I could think. You might have made the list, but...
Oh, well, they're a little old for me, this girl. Really, he's up in there in years.
Well, I knew that you didn't know, because I don't think you're politically... I've never seen you take any political stand, particularly, which I think is good. It's sometimes when you're in the public eye not to.
Never have, John. No, I've never known enough about politics to the degree to help somebody or work with somebody or support someone. I've talked to people over the years, being in New York, you know, with mayor's campaigns in Alabama.
Right.
I spent a lot of time in Alabama, and I know George Wallace is a tremendous man, but politics, I don't know enough about. When you stand with someone, then you're opposing someone.
Yeah, that's the
Now, the other side of it, you know, if you don't know what you're opposing or what their stand is, you can't do it. I don't think you can, and I'm ignorant to that fact. You know, I can't help somebody or stand against somebody unless I know what I'm talking about.
Well, it caused a lot of talk anyway.
Yeah?
How come you're not in training camp? As I read, the football season is open.
I was there.
Would you just up and say hi, weeb, and then out, or how's things going, and split? Aren't you supposed to be there? I mean, I keep reading the paper, the football training season is open.
Right. We opened training camp last Sunday, and I called Coach Weeb Eubank about 4 or 5 days earlier.
Yes.
And I asked him for permission to miss the first week.
Something pressing, Joe? I mean...
Well, it was pressing business. And Weeb has, over the years, just as many coaches around the NFL, and said to the players, listen, fellas, if you have business, if there's something you have to do, then I'm going to let you go ahead and do it. You know, I mean, if you can make $1 here on the side or whatever, and I think you can go without the first week of camp, I'll let you do it.
Well, that's certainly a nice attitude.
I'm not learning about football yet. I really do.
I got a great idea where we can learn. Soon, too. Anyway,
Joe, would you kind of keep your attention on what we're talking about? What were you doing, if it's all right to ask, this week that was suppressing that you couldn't go back and look me right in the eye and tell me, Joe Namath, what you were doing that was so important?
No, I was working. I had a couple of jobs. I did some TV shows out here. And the main reason was for this show.
Oh, come on now.
Really, I haven't had the opportunity to do this show in 5 years. And the first time your folks got in touch, you said, Mr. Namath, can you come out and do the show? And I said, my God, thank you. I'd love to. So I told Weed, and Weed said, you can do the Tonight Show? And I said, yes, sir. He said, well, get out of here.
Oh, come on.
Really honest.
I'll buy that, Joe.
And he told me that all the players would be watching and everything.
They're all in bed this time of night.
Yeah. But he gave me an excuse.
Yeah, it was good to see you again. I don't see you very often. No, we're living out here now and back in New York.
No, it is a big difference, about 4,000 miles.
Yeah. How does it look this year for the Jets? I know everybody asks you this. Is it too early to tell? Did you make any kind of...
No, really, football-wise, and it's one thing that I do know. We have a good team, potentially. We have a great offense with the people we have. But professional football, just like professional baseball and basketball, and any profession, you know, people are professionals in their business. That's why they're there. They're the best, you know, out of a whole crop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a guy can sit here and shut up. Hey, Doc.
Have you met Miss Sommer before, Joe?
Pardon?
Have you met Miss Sommer before, Elkie?
We met outside.
Well, you met outside. No.
I guess they wasn't very interested in what I was saying.
Sure it was, Joe. You were talking about the team.
Yeah, what team?
The team that you were supposed to be with.
Oh! Anyway, we got a good team.
Another in-depth analysis from Joe Namath. How are your knees? You two want to get a Winnebago?
Would you like some drink?
Doc, you look nice tonight.
He always does. Very handsome.
So you're going to have a good team, huh, Joe?
Anyway, we'll probably field about 26 veterans and 2 rookies and 3 or 4 guys that don't know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. What kind of physical shape are you in? I mean, I was talking about how are the knees, Joe?
Excellent. No, excellent, really. I'm really looking forward to this year.
Oh, you're putting me on tonight, Namath. Just putting me on. You, are you going to rejoin the team at all this year? Good. All right, we're going to take a thought. Here's a thought. We're not going to take a thought. We're going to give you a thought for your summer vacation travel from United Airlines.
I mean, why take the...
Welcome back to the dating game, Bachelor number 2. You ever been on a dating game?
Yep.
Were you...
Always lost.
You on? What do you mean?
Well, I lost.
Did you go on to get the girl, or did the girls, were you one of the bachelors?
Both, and I lost all the time.
Both times. Well, that's because of that screen there. You want to talk about this for a second?
Oh, yes.
Joe Namath has a book called A Matter of Style. Obviously has to do with quarterbacking, I would guess.
Well, it does, basically. You know, we wrote a book a few years ago.
With Bob Oates.
Right. And it was a book just on life itself or whatever. So about 2 or 3 years ago, we decided to do a book on it. It's an instructional book, and this book is basically an instructional football book. But it has a lot of incidents and situations and things happening that we all incur, all of us out here in everyday life. You understand that? Doc, stop that. No, really. I mean, it's a book that is basically instructional. What difference is it?
It's an instructional book.
It's a great book. If you get a chance, buy it. I wrote it along with a fellow named Bob Oates, who worked on it for 8 months. It describes football the way football is from a professional standpoint, a professional opinion. And mine is better than practically anybody's.
Yes, well, it would be. That's what you do for a living.
Right. And it's a fun book. I mean, a 9-year-old or a 30 or 40, what is it? Well, anybody can read it, regardless of age.
I'm over 40.
No.
Well, no.
Really, huh?
We would have never guessed, would we?
What do you mean we all of a sudden? What's this we stuff, Tonto? All of a sudden I got a coupling right here on the show. Are you ready, Doc? I'm going to see if I can get Joe in on this. Somebody told me that you know about chewing tobacco.
He's a closet chewer.
Never mind that. No, I hear that you, Doc was going to demonstrate tonight because he had a tobacco spitting contest with the coach of the Kansas City Royals, right? And he said he was going to give us a demonstration tonight. Now, what do you got there?
Oh!